What's going on, guys? We're in beautiful Sedona, Arizona, and on this episode, I think we're gonna go make some pictures, because that's kind of what we do on this channel.
And take photos we will. Sedona is photography paradise. It's overwhelming scenery. It's the land of Wile E. Coyote, the Roadrunner, and a whole bunch of landscape photographers. This place is straight out of the cartoons, except it's totally real.
I'm just at a trailhead to a new location, and one of the things I'm trying to do here in Sedona this time is go to some new locations, because I've kind of been to the same spots over and over again. So I'm heading to a place called Secret Slick Rock, and it's just a short 10-minute walk off the main road. You have, I believe it's Cathedral Rock off that way in the distance, and something crazy is happening today in Sedona that I've never seen before. There's clouds. I don't know if that's going to work in my favor or against it, but it's strange to see clouds in Sedona.
At around 4,000 feet above sea level, Sedona sits somewhere geographically between the Sonoran Desert to the south and the high-altitude Colorado Plateau to the north. It's the land of transitions, where yucca, yes, I'm saying it the right way now, collide with pine trees. It's where the desert banks into the Alpine region. It's where orange meets green in just a perfect contrast that begs to be photographed.
Okay, I'm wishing I was a little more flexible or brought water shoes, because I'm straddling a puddle like a ridiculous photographer, and you can't even see my camera, so I'll stand up and turn around, stop being ridiculous. My camera's basically in the water back there because there's reflection ponds up at this location right now. It's kind of rare that there are, unless there's been rain recently, which there has been. And it's leading to some beautiful reflections of Cathedral Rock up that way. Since I don't know if we're gonna get an epic sky or anything, I'm shooting this already. I've got a 6-stop ND and a 3-stop medium grad on the top. Yeah, it looks good already, so hopefully we get some light, and I think I'll probably just sit and wait on this composition.
On today's vlog, somehow my camera spends most of the time about an inch from water. In the desert. Back when I was doing wildlife photography with Morton Hilmer, I said that if you're taking photos of animals from a comfortable position, you're probably not getting the best photo you can. It's the same with landscapes. There's a good chance the image will look simple to the viewer's eye. Sometimes, you need to get low for the most epic photo. This location is perfect for that low perspective photo, and even more perfect because someone brought a dog.
Are you a photography dog?
Don't say that. That sounds...
Oh, yeah, you're pretty. You smiling for the camera? It's like you're trained. I'm gonna steal her. I was playing this game with myself. That sounds terrible. I was kind of had a bet with myself to see how long the center column would last on Winston 2.0. The answer is 3 days. I'm just not a center column fan. I like to be able to get my tripod lower, and it just kind of gets in the way, so center column's gone. Bye.
With reflections, the game is almost always about getting as low to the water as you can get. The lower, the bigger the reflection. So with my camera now in a different puddle, I waited for some light, and I was fully rewarded. And then, as it so often does in landscape photography vlogs, the light absolutely banged off. In exactly the opposite direction where I was taking pictures.
The light went crazy. Unfortunately, it didn't go crazy into the cathedrals. It's gone off into nothingness. And I've been running around instead of taking pictures, just checking out what other people are doing, helping other people, and enjoying the view. Where are we going tomorrow, Mike?
I think we're going to go to Airport Mesa, which is a pretty good spot. We're kind of looking southeast towards Courthouse Butte, so it should be pretty nice. Nice short hike, which is always fun.
Yes.
I would prefer nice short hikes.
I hate hiking.
Yeah.
Walking, like if I can take pictures from the car. Sweet.
Sarcasm aside, nothing beats a short hike to a photo location. Just far enough off the road to deter casual people, but not too far away to have to exert myself more than I have to before my morning coffee.
Gotta keep their attention too wide, so high, and no time to mention everything's a
Morning. We're up fairly early at one of the most popular spots in Sedona to come for sunrise or sunset. So it's a little bit busy up here at Airport Mesa. It's an overview photo, and it's nice. But something strange is still happening in Sedona, and we got clouds. So I'm playing with some light trails down here. There's an S-turn and the road leading out towards one of the hills that way that I'm working on, and then I might just shoot this classic view straight over the town of Sedona here this morning. But definitely not going to get epic light this morning, but it is pretty nice and definitely different with this cloud here. So used to just blown out blue skies, so it's nice to be a little bit different.
Okay, the light trail photos are bad. Like, really bad. Like, so bad that I'm not going to share them. Like, so bad that I'm embarrassed. But instead of a full-on strikeout under this morning's overcast sky, I did get a pano that I'm happy with, so I'll share that instead. Then, it was off across this Roadrunner landscape to one of the absolute best photo locations in Sedona for one last sunset on this trip.
Okay, we're on to our third and final, I think final location here in Sedona. And this is kind of a similar location to what I have photographed in the past. I photographed Red Rock Crossing, which is just downriver a bit that way. But Red Rock Crossing over the years has become less of a viable photo location because the trees have grown so big that they've come over the river. So we're hiking along the creek and hoping to find another spot, a new spot that I haven't photographed.
We take to feel better, find a way out. Or dig even deeper, skating by the problem. Blame it on the process. This too shall pass. So there's no need to stop.
Okay, we made it to location. Mike's attacking me with his gimbal. I've shot this location a lot, but I've always shot it from just the other side of the river, which is Red Rock Crossing itself. Where I wanted to shoot today is just on the other side of the river, because over there you're limited until sunset. They kick you out at sunset. Over here you're not. And actually over here there's a lot of better shots essentially. You've got the waterfall back that way that I've shot before, but also you've got this little foreground right here that leads straight into it. And I think this is probably the photo.
I can see I'm losing my vision. Fighting, sleeping, I can't find myself.
Ah, cute moment. Winston's getting his first bath. Winston's about, I guess that's about 1.5 feet deep in the water, and I've got the waterfalls in the foreground, but it's a tougher shot than I expected just because the balance is just totally wrong. The lines lead a little bit away from Cathedral Rock, and it's kind of just, it looks awkward. And I don't know why. Maybe it's too perfect or too symmetrical in the foreground. One of my challenges to myself this year is to be more of a minimalist with my photos. And this isn't minimalist right now. This is being totally complicated. So I think I'm gonna hunt around for another image or two.
I said this a couple videos ago. Go to a spot you think is going to be a good photo, set up, and take a picture. Then mark that space in your memory and explore other compositions. That's what I did. But in the end, I came back to almost exactly where I started.
Wish I knew now what I knew back then.
I changed my mind totally. I'm still in the exact same spot, but I was looking through the images and frustrated because, like I was saying, something was just missing. And I think I figured out what that was, and it's just that the camera needed to get lower to the water to kind of simplify it. And just getting lower sometimes cuts out a lot of the mid-ground, and it cuts out some of the distractions. And it's not a minimalist photo by any stretch of the imagination. But by getting lower, it does simplify the scene. So I've got Winston right on the water, and I tell you, from this elevated position, I'm loving my flippy screen right now. Loving it, because I don't know if I'd be able to take this photo otherwise. The light's really nice right now. There is some blue sky on the horizon to the west and some cloud over the peaks. So I like this enough that I'm just gonna sit here and wait and hope for the light to pop.
Is it too late for a second chance at innocence? Can I start again?
Woo, good things are happening. There is just a break of light coming through the clouds and hitting only Cathedral Rock. and it looks really, really, really dramatically beautiful. You don't see this image in Sedona very often, maybe monsoon season, but this time of year you usually don't get clouds, you definitely don't get dramatic light like this, and we're still an hour before sunset, so fingers crossed it gets even better, but already this is epic.
Out here in the deep over my head, and I wish that I could start again. Wish I knew now what I knew back then.
Okay, this is pretty epic. I'm going through some artistic decisions right now, and I want to talk about that. First thing is the water. Lots of people don't like really long exposures on water because it kills a lot of the detail. It makes it too foggy. And a lot of days I'm like that too. I like about a half a second. And again, with the clouds, right now the clouds are kind of moving sideways across the scene. And if you go a half a second, they freeze and they look good. Or you can go 30 seconds and you get these lines, this movement in the clouds through the top of the image, and it also looks good. So there's artistic decisions in every photo. I don't know which one I prefer, so I just shoot both of them. That's the smart thing to do, and then you can share either or when you get to the editing room. You can't reshoot it. The setup is quite simple. No, it's not simple at all. I don't know why I lied to you. The setup is a 24 to 70 millimeter down there in the water, and I've got a 6-stop ND. I've got a 4-stop medium grad ND holding in that awesome light on the top. And then I've also got a polarizer on to cut out some of the glare on the rock. I'm having fun, and I know one of them definitely is coming out.
Insert whatever music they play when you do the limbo, because we're getting low. In fact, this whole composition was solved just by getting lower. Often, if there's something just off with an image, the only thing you need to do is change the perspective.
Well guys, that is it from this workshop. Yeah, we were on a workshop here with Mike and his wife Chris. Massive thanks to them. They were amazing, and that was an awesome send-off to this trip because that was spectacular. Like I said probably 52 times in this video, I've never seen clouds in Sedona. The past I guess 72 hours. No, less than that. How many? 48 hours? It's been nothing but really cloudy, and we've had 2 sets of really nice shoots here. 2 out of 3 really isn't bad, so that was awesome. There's still a lot more coming from the southwest. I've got an astrophotography video coming up at some point, and then Jody and I are doing a huge west coast road trip, so some seascape photography and stuff like that coming up, and it should be epic. Or at least I hope it is. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Or at least I hope I do. Peace!